I think we'll be okay, but it's not sustainable for the long haul. We need to open up.
There's a question of, can we even make money if we reopen, given the new social distancing guidelines? We had 3 full-service restaurants, and then as of March 16th, 17th, we were operating one sort of combined takeout menu out of one restaurant.
We've actually completely closed for 6 weeks. We used to do live music and salsa dancing, and it would get packed. I mean, it would get hot and sweaty, and it was a lot of fun.
The numbers I've seen are in the millions of people who are unemployed coming out of the restaurant industry. And I know that's why a lot of the restaurants are anxious to get their people back and get them employed and get them working again. Now what we're seeing is an opportunity in some locations to reopen. First and foremost is the face coverings. And that's both for the employees and potentially for guests as well. Obviously, you can't eat while you're wearing a face covering, but if you're waiting outside or waiting in line, we want to make sure that we're protecting each other. We want to emphasize the importance of hand washing and the frequency of hand washing. The next thing, obviously, is the cleaning and sanitation. So, thinking about the tabletops, the chairs, if you're not using disposable menus, to make sure you're wiping them down, condiments that are on tables. And then social distancing, thinking about how you separate your guests when they come in, separating the tables. Are there some kind of barriers that can be put in place? Obviously, the challenge we have is that looking at that from the CDC and the FDA is that we've got to figure out now how that plays out in 50 different states.
Subject to the specific social distancing and sanitation mandates, theaters, private social clubs, and restaurant dine-in services will be allowed to reopen.
Our restaurant table in Maine is tiny. It's 1,800 square feet. It's got only 52 seats inside. So a busy summer there would be around 200 covers. Now we're looking at less than half that.
For a lot of restaurateurs, they recognize they can't make money, and it's actually better for them to stay closed at this point in time.
I think a lot of people think, now you can open, there's going to be a rush to get open. But to do that properly takes some time.
Restaurateurs recognize that they have to figure out a way to make people feel comfortable.
We have some regulars that have been with us for 30 years, and some of them are in their 80s. So we're cautious of that.
We've spent all of our time for the last 9 years trying to make guests feel like there's just a big bear hug when you come into the restaurants. We can't do that anymore.
We're just trying to adapt, to make sure that we're still around. We've survived the LA riots, we survived 9/11, we survived 2008.
I think over time, we'll adjust. It's like anything that we see when we have issues, that we take a look at what we're faced with and figure out how can we get back to as close to normal as we possibly can. It's going to take time.